Good day, everyone. Welcome back to my class. This is Teacher Jufrian, and we will be having another lesson for today. Are you ready for today's lesson? Okay, that's great. But before we proceed to our lesson, I would like you to have a recap of what we have tackled last meeting. Okay, who among you have remembered what we had tackled last meeting? Okay, that's great. That's correct. We discussed about the elements of a short story in which it includes characters, characterization, setting, conflict and theme, and plot, of course. That's correct. So, let's play a game first. This game is called What Am I? I will group you into two groups. The left side of the class will be the group 1 and the right side of the class will be the group 2. I will give you random letters in which you have only 2 minutes to arrange these letters to create a word. Okay? Understood? That's great. Okay, you may now begin. In 2 minutes, set, go. Are you done? That's great. Now, group 1. What word did you have? Did you find? What word did you find, group 1? Yes, that's correct. Tradition. The word is tradition. How about group 2? What word did you get? That's correct. Culture. The word is culture. Now, I want to ask you a question, group 1. Do you have any idea or what do you know about tradition? Yes, that's right. Philippines have many traditions. We have a lot of different traditions that we live up to the present. How about group 2? Do you have any idea or what do you know about culture? Yes, that's correct. That's also correct. Culture in the Philippines is very important. Culture in the Philippines is very important because it is our way of living. It is one of the factors that governs us in our daily lives. Tradition is the body of customs, beliefs, stories, and saying associated with people, thing, or place. How about traditions in the Philippines? Who among you has an idea or know examples of these? Yes. Here in the Philippines, we use po and opo when conversing with elder people to show respect. How about the word culture? Who can give me an example of the word culture? Culture, yes, festivals. Different festivals in our country such as Panagbenga, Ati-Atihan, Pinyasan, and much more festivals are celebrated here in the Philippines. Okay, these two words, tradition and culture, will be encountered in our discussion later. Are you ready?
For today's lesson, our objectives are: First, read the story The Wedding Dance by Amador Daggio. Second, relate to Philippine culture and traditions. Third, identify the literary elements found in the story.
Today we will be reading a short story entitled Wedding Dance by Amador Daggio. So, did you know or do you have any idea what the story is all about? Okay. Yes. I bet you have thoughts in your mind, and that's okay. We have different beliefs, we have different opinions about certain things. So, before we proceed, I would like to ask you a question. Have you ever failed someone dear to your heart because you cannot be the person they expected you to be? How about feeling worthless because you aren't enough for the people you cared about? Have you ever experienced those feelings, those things? Okay. If no, I hope you won't because the feeling is really bad. We will now proceed to reading the short story. Are you ready? The first slide will be read by Group 1 and the second slide will be read by Group 2 and alternately. We'll be reading the short story alternately. So let's proceed. Did you enjoy the story? Based from the story you have read, The Wedding Dance by Amador Taglio, please answer the following question. Number 1, who was the author of the story? Number 2, what are the traditions and or culture that can be found in the story? Number 3, how does culture or tradition influence you in your decision making? Number 4, in the story, what does a child represent? Number 5, in your own opinion, how important is it to have a child? And lastly, do you agree that love conquers all? Why or why not? Girls, if you would be Lumnay, would you do the same? Would you do what she did in the story? Yes, some of you may do what she did, and I know some of you won't do what she did. We have different opinion. Yes, I get it. How about boys? If you would be a Wiyaw, or if you are a Wiyaw, would you do the same thing that he did? Would you remarry to just for you to have your child, your legacy, just for you to have a successor? Okay, that's for you. Very good. Alright, class, we have different decisions to make in our life, and we have also different beliefs. Nevertheless, we must always choose to do the right thing. In our decision making, we must always consider what is good for many. Okay? Understood? In this part, you have now read the story and answers some of my questions. Now, we will have an activity. So, read the following questions provided and answer what is being asked. So, number 1, who are the main characters of the story? Describe each. So you have to describe each character. Second, how did the author introduce the characters? Third, illustrate the plot of the story, including the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Number 4, where did the story took place? Number 5, what are the conflicts in the story? And lastly, what is the theme of the story? Okay, you got it? That's great. For your assignment, compare and contrast a Wiyaw, Lumnay, and Madulimay using a Venn diagram. Alright, I know that you can do it. After finishing your activities and your assignment, please send it to my email. This is my email account. Okay. Did you enjoy today's lesson? That's great. So I will be seeing you on the next lesson, on our next video. That's all. Thank you.